A single decision shakes late-night TV, and free speech debates explode. Disney's ABC has yanked Jimmy Kimmel Live from its broadcasts after the show's host made controversial remarks about the recent assassination of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. But here's where it gets controversial. Did ABC act out of legitimate concern or political pressure? The network's choice follows rising tension stemming from Kirk's high-profile killing, a tragedy still dominating headlines and stirring national debate. Walt Disney-owned ABC announced Wednesday that it would remove Jimmy Kimmel's late-night program after Kimmel's comments about Kirk triggered an unusually strong response from Brendan Carr, who leads the Federal Communications Commission, FCC. Carr suggested that Disney could face consequences if such content continued, hinting at possible FCC investigations, fines, or even the threat of losing broadcast licenses for local affiliates. President Donald Trump, who has a history of publicly pressuring networks to drop programming that doesn't align with his views, quickly celebrated the decision online. He even used the moment to push for similar action against NBC hosts Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers, both known for their frequent jabs at Trump. But this is the part most people miss. Not everyone agrees with ABC's choice. Various Democratic politicians see the network's move as a blow to free speech. Senator Ed Markey went so far as to call it censorship in action. While FCC Commissioner Ana Gomez, the sole Democrat on the commission, argued that American free speech protections should stop the FCC from dictating broadcast content. She warned that the government may be overreaching in efforts to suppress speech, especially when it's lawful. The ripple effects didn't end there. Other broadcasters soon followed suit. Nexstar, which manages dozens of ABC-affiliated stations and is awaiting FCC approval for a pending major acquisition, quickly announced it would take Jimmy Kimmel's show off their 32 affiliate channels. Sinclair Broadcast Group, another national giant, declared it wouldn't air Kimmel's show in the future unless he apologized and announced plans for a special tribute to Kirk in the late-night slot instead. Kimmel, a frequent Trump critic and staple of late-night comedy, faced backlash for his monologue earlier in the week. In it, he criticized those trying to distance far-right groups from Kirk's murder, accusing them of playing politics with the tragedy. Kimmel has not publicly addressed the controversy since his suspension. Kirk, only 31, was a polarizing figure, praised by some for his outspoken advocacy, reviled by others for his divisive rhetoric. His death, he was shot while speaking at a Utah university, sparked strong responses from both sides. Many conservatives urged respectful mourning for Kirk, going so far as to warn of consequences for those who disapprove, while various media personalities and public figures faced terminations or suspensions for comments that diverged from the expected narrative. The fallout reached beyond ABC. Political analyst Matthew Dowd lost his position at MSNBC for characterizing Kirk as someone who spread hate speech, a comment MSNBC's leadership later called unacceptable. Similarly, Washington Post columnist Karen Attiah claimed she was fired for sharing her frank opinions about Kirk's past statements, particularly regarding black women, on social media. Meanwhile, Trump's tense relationship with the media continues to play out in the courts. He's recently launched a $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times and Penguin Random House, and has settled other suits, including a $16 million payout from Paramount and a $15 million settlement from ABC over what he claims were misrepresentations and defamatory coverage. And this is the detail most people overlook. The controversy over Jimmy Kimmel's suspension draws a sharp line between calls for respectful discourse and accusations of government and corporate overreach in policing public speech. Where should we draw the line between protecting individuals from harmful rhetoric and preserving freedom of expression? What do you think? Was pulling Kimmel off the air the right move? Do these actions defend dignity and decency or stifle open discussion? Should government agencies and networks have the power to regulate on-air commentary to this degree? Share your perspective. Does this represent progress toward civility, or is it a troubling example of censorship that we'll regret? The debate is wide open. Where do you stand?